to Chadwick, where are you?
Yeah.
Sorry. All right. I'm doing the Ofsted poem again. Some of you may have heard it.
It's awesome.
I'm not going to apologise because
No need.
in the North East we have a phrase, tough tits. This is called Carry On Ofsted. Ofsted are like space invaders descending upon us. But did you even see the learning or even notice? The truth is, you never led the way. Not in my classroom, anyway. Only fools and courses. And what would it take for you to drink with all your horses? As above, as below, you're an albatross, Ofsted, and you've lost your glow. Ofsted, you are neither the avant-garde or the avant-guardian. See me, it says, and I can see it in the margin. Teachers, right? They're ready, willing and able. But Ofsted, you're frankly unsteady, unfulfilling and a label. Fancy pretending to promote teaching quality. Oh, the audacity. Ofsted, you're a glitch on the learning landscape, a bureaucratic fake quake, and as I walk on learning splinters, your presence turns into blisters. Not like the real teachers, no. Inspectors start to dissolve. But you know what? Real teachers evolve. Perhaps Jules Verne might agree that Ofsted is 20,000 fatigues under the sea. It was too much for one head teacher because it was too much. The inspection clutch. Gatekeeping the impossible like John Dent's quest for none such. Over-bureaucratic acrobatics, perennial chaotics, embroidering fear and the pedagogic fabrics. Oh, and that art of the tick in the box. Welcome everybody, it's Ofsted Orthodox. You're way Ofsted. And you're off your head. You made your own bed, now go and sleep in it, because frankly now someone is dead. Did you get a kick out of dishing out failure? Or perhaps your kettle just needs a good descaler? A day in the life of an Ofsted inspector. Are you really a learning detector? Or just a spectre parading as a protector? Who inspects the inspector? What is so wrong with the education sector? As the artful dodger might say, the crowd say, "Bo, inspector!" If it's not broken, then why seek to fix? We don't need no Ofsted tricks. Can't you see the problem here? You can't expect respect if you rule by fear. There's no opportunity for us to forgive. Come on, Ofsted, something's got to give. You can't keep going on like this. You can't pretend that ignorance is bliss. And of course, you need to justify your existence. But Ofsted, you're never going to be the path of least resistance. I'm generally sorry that my class didn't have a pair of left-handed scissors. But sorry, pet, teachers are not witches and wizards. I can't afford to buy learning resources. Energy bills are on the rise, and Ofsted seems to have 100 million eyes. Ofsted everywhere, all at once. Do you know what? It's time for you to get your comeuppance. The truth is, learning was never meant to be perfect, you know. How does your learning garden grow? Have you ever stood up in front of a class? Or do people just hide behind an Ofsted mask? Don't get too comfortable down there, because teachers can see you, yes, and we care about students and not just pieces of paper. Ofsted are coming, see you later. Maybe it's time to turn things on their head, because Ofsted, I'm coming for you, and you're dead. Like the film, The Devil Wears Ofsted, fashion in dread. It's not just all in my head. What could we have instead of Ofsted? Onstead. Yes, stead. No stead. Fuck Ofsted. All those things I've left unsaid. Don't let Ofsted get in the way of your education, because that will be a frightful domination. That phone call is ridiculous, ambiguous, insidious. Performance telephonics, We are teachers, not bionics. A preamble before the main event and all the teachers are just too spent. Oh, the inspector calls, like the hymn, let's deck the halls with cows and folly. Hey Ofsted, I'm not sorry. Let's all learn our lines and perform the script, shall we? We're performing for Ofsted, theatrically. Pure circus. Clowns. And my lesson plan, did you even look at it? Ofsted, you are a quantum tantrum. As useful as plankton. A platinum phantom. Did you get the memorandum? Here's the Ofsted Latin anthem. Nil desperandum. Did you have a timetable for ruining someone's life? Full marks for ruining someone's life and causing unnecessary strife. You keep coming back every so often. It's never any fun, you know. So now, Ofsted, we are done. You're just the waste of a couple of days, lost in an inspectorial haze. Ofsted, you are about to self-destruct. You broke your own code of conduct. You're a teaching odyssey, an inspection comedy with a sprinkling of hypocrisy, irresponsibly, dangerously managing the appearance of quality like a puppet show with a twist of parody policy. Ofsted is a commodity, a monopoly, a cacophony of inequality, a mockery, a monotony with no apology. It's clear that we need to recalibrate our classrooms. No room for Ofsted, doom and gloom. What are you really looking for? What does real learning look like behind the classroom door? Where do those students come and go? What did you expect, Pet? Michelangelo. It's time for us to draw the line. Not my Ofsted, not my lie. You're just a bunch of flakes, and I mark myself safe from the Ofsted earthquake. Here's the provocation, with the emphasis. Real learning is never in parenthesis. I hope I finish this poem before it finishes me. With Ofsted, there's a certain degree of inevitability. So now let's get real, and we arrive to the critical question and the bottom line. There's really nowhere for Ofsted to hide. What does it take, man? A suicide?
Touched by any mix, so fresh water for you.
What? Thank you very much.
Yes, just water.
Sorry about that, I thought I was going to die. Not getting dramatic or anything. Thank you.
Right, no, it's just
Thank you very much, Peter.
There you go.
Thank you. In human resources. What's that weird sound?
I don't know. Something over there. It's weird.
My IBS.
Someone from the HR.
Oh, it's your duodenum, this is right. Okay, in human resources. Human resources. I'm going to explore this. The inhuman tortoise that ruins and reinforces proven sources of discourse divorces, story sorters, narrative spinners, problem sources, confusion causes, execution enforcers, throw under bus practitioners, seclusion starters, narrative filters, non-human robots, institutional armed forces, twice removed Daleks disguises, persecution excluses, truth pauses, policy pervasive, lie manufacturers, procedural hiders, yes person seekers, wearing compliance sneakers, fashioning freakers, inhuman resources, bully enhanced practice, career enders, ethic benders, morality blenders, paraders, invaders, soul shakers, unmoved movers, agency remover, makeup approver, human precluder, post-human pooer, slippery eelers, wielding wheelers, intellectual property stealers, contractual performers, truth transformers, issue compounders, roaring resounders. We can't escape the fuss. They surround us. Tribes and territories force us into departments and gatekeepers. Nevertheless, I'm continuous professional development less. And what did you expect? Funding for the select. Theatre and actors, commodity reinforcers, rigor mortis, ego enormous, incidents reporters. Who can really support us when pictures distort us? Get out clauses, non-disclosures, payoffs, florist, points, scorers, only fools and horses, idiots assorted. They bore us, they use us, they laugh at us, they force us to acquiesce into process. What is the purpose? That's anyone's guess. The ball is never in our court because we can never make progress. Manage the appearances with sneaky interferences, mysterious disappearances, disguises defy us. What could restore us? What could save us from human resources? God help us.